Yo. Alright. I think we are ready to go. Hold up. Give me a second, guys. Hold up. Change it to episode 6. Okay. And let's go to our little live hub so we can see you guys are texting in the chat. Great. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna set up TikTok really quick. I'll be back. I'll be with you guys in like literally 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright, hold up. Okay. We are live on TikTok. We are live on YouTube. Let's get things started, baby. Okay, type in the chat if you're excited. Daily coding challenges. We're here. We're ready. We're ready to go. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Let's get right into it. So, the last time I saw you guys, we had a bunch of people on the live. I think we had almost 7 people at the same time, which is freaking amazing. I'm really happy about that. So, I'm just going to double check this. I want to make sure everyone can hear me properly and you guys can see me. Alright, make sure to type in the chat if you can hear me well, and let's get right into it. So anyone who's on the live right now, make sure to type in the chat and show some love. But we are going to get right into the coding questions. You guys requested a little bit more easy type of questions because I wanted to give you guys a walkthrough. So let's get right into it. Alright. The first coding question we're going to go to is, let's make sure we're on Python. Let's go to easy. Make sure to type in the chat if you are excited to see some coding challenges. Let's get right into it. Boom. Let's start with something easy. Let's sort this list. Alright, here we go. Let's sort this list. Make sure to engage in the chat. I want to see you guys who's on the live. Make sure to leave your username and all of that. Alright, so our first question. Create a function that takes a list of numbers, LST, a string, S, and return a list of numbers as per the following rules. ASC returns a sorted list in ascending order. DES returns a sorted list in descending order. And none returns a list without modification. So here, we're actually going to have to use sorting functions. So let's open the code. let's open the code. So we have two inputs. All right. So we're going to start like this. If s equals, what is the none? All right, if s equals none, if s equals our little string none, then we just return our list. Make sure to ask questions in the chat if you are confused. The next string we have here is DES. DES. DES means descending. So, if s equals string DES, here we go, DES, then we will return our list sorted, or list sort, and reverse will equal true. Oh man, I'm so used to coding in Java, and my brain is destroyed from coding in Java. It is so weird, difficult. I was talking to my friend yesterday about this. I hate Java so much, but I love coding, so that's why I'm sticking with it, and it seems pretty useful. And then the last one is ASC for ascending. Let me know if you guys can relate in the chat. ASC. I just don't like Python. I don't like Java, man. It sucks. Alright. Let's see what we get here. I'm not sure if I'm using this. Oh, double equals. Double equals. Okay. None should equal 1, 2, 3. Alright, ASC return list.sort. Why is that not the case? Here, how about we do this? What we'll do is we'll make this an elif, an else if statement. And then we'll say elif s equals none. And then we return our list. Awesome, guys. Should I put some music in the background? Maybe I should put some music on. Alright, let's see if this works. None should equal 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm pretty sure that we're using the sort function correctly. We must be doing something wrong here. Given a list and string. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to figure this out, baby. Alright, let's see here. I'm looking up the sorting, the way we can sort. Let me look it up here so you guys can see. Alright, sorting function Python. Let's click on that. And let's see how it works. I just want to double check that I'm calling on reverse correctly. Oh, yeah, I'm calling on it incorrectly. Okay. I understand. I just had to look at the documentation really quickly. So, if we go back to the code, instead of this, wait, let me just double check. Okay. We just do this. Sorted, because our sort doesn't take any arguments. So sorted, LST, reversed true. Should solve our first problem. Frick. Hold up. Let's do the same thing here. Take that away. Does it work? Yes, baby! Alright! It works. Awesome. Great. Phenomenal. Alright, everybody. It's working. Cool. By the way, people who are waiting on a video, I'm filming a video tonight, and I will be posting it tomorrow. Don't worry about me posting. Trust me, I will post. I'm trying to do Mondays and Fridays and stream every day of the week. Look at all that XP! Alright, next challenge. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's keep it going. No, let's go back to our challenges. If you are in the chat, please make sure to show some love. Say hi. I'd love to interact with you as we're doing these streams. I don't want it just to be me coding and sitting here and you guys not asking questions. So please do ask questions. What should we do? I'm looking through these and I'm trying to... Ooh, a date and time problem. I like this one. Alright, I like this one. For the new person that just got on the live, make sure to show some love and subscribe, and make sure to type if you're from TikTok or you just found this on YouTube, and say hi in the chat. So, this is our problem. It's Christmas Eve. Almost upon us. I'm personally Jewish, but I totally understand the Christmas Eve vibe. It's almost upon us. So naturally, we need to prepare some milk and cookies. Create a function that accepts a date object and returns true if it's Christmas Eve. Oh, what's good, Khan Makole? That's my brother in the chat. Let's go. Hey, Finn. Alright, I'm gonna walk you through this problem. Alright, so we're trying to understand, like, given a date, we have to understand if it's Christmas Eve or not. Cool. So let's go to our code. Christmas Eve. Alright, okay. So it has to be 12/24, okay. Alright, so I need to look at what format, what is the format here? Date is gonna come in this format, alright? So it's like 2013 123. Okay, so I want to look at the tests so I can see exactly the input that we're getting. Is it it's an object? Alright, so we have to run an if statement on an object. Okay. So we say, I'm pretty sure we can use an if statement here, but I'm not exactly sure how we would attack this specific one. Since it's like an object, and I haven't worked with stuff like this before. So for anyone who's coming into the live stream, this is the problem that we're doing. It's a milk and cookies problem, and we're trying to identify it, given a certain date, is it Christmas Eve or not? So, as I was saying before, this is an object. It's not a list, but it is like a list of numbers. Oh, you know what we can do? So, date has like it has like sub-variables. So like date.day exists. Date.day exists. And date.month exists. So what we can do is we can say so we can say if date.day, which is like the sub-variable of date, we could say if date.day equals 24, and very important in Python, this allows us to do like multiple operations within an if statement, and date.month is equal to 12, then we return true. Else, false. And in Python, you don't even need return. You can just say true or false. And that's just about it. You press check, and let's see if we got it right or we're running into errors. Okay, we have some errors here. Let's check them out. So, what seems to be the error? None should equal true, and our error is coming back to actual equals expected message. Make sure to leave some questions in the chat if you have any questions. So, I got this right? Date 24 month, and I just want to double check. Maybe the return function will solve our issue. Maybe we do need it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so maybe in this case we were supposed to leave the return function, but I don't know why they took such a long time. So yeah, that took a little bit too much time, but so you see how this works. If date equals 24 and month equals 12, then we return true, else false. That's just as simple. So yeah, let's go to the next problem. Let's see what they have for us next. If you guys have any questions, make sure to leave it in the chat. I'll be happy to answer them whenever you'd like. No, we did this problem. Minutes into seconds is quite easy. Let's try to find something a little bit harder. Multi-division. This sounds cool. Create a function that will give you ABC, for a given ABC, do the following. Add A to itself B times. Okay. Check if the result is divisible by C. And then return some Boolean. And for those of you who don't know, a Boolean is essentially like a true or false statement. So, okay, this seems pretty cool. So, let me take these conditions. This is really key when you're solving coding stuff. Take the conditions of your problem, paste them in your code. All right. For I in range for I in range B, we're going to say A equals A plus A. And then we're going to say, outside of this, check if the result is divisible by C. Okay. Return A. All right, no. Then we'll define x to A. We'll say x equals A. So it makes it a little bit less confusing. And then we say if x modulo C is equal to 0, and we return true. So modulo here, this, I explained this, I think 2 days ago. Modulo means, instead of division, it's like, it's giving us the remainder. And so if the remainder is 0, then we can safely assume that, or we can actually know that it's divisible by C. So, what's the error here? Expected an indented block. Oh, the spacing is off. Alright, let's just delete this. Alright. Let's check it out. For I in range. Expected it. Oh, yeah, my bad. I forgot that we're in a function. Let's indent everything. So in Java, I've been learning Java since I've been in class. I think I said that previously. In Java, indentation doesn't mean anything. The compiler will not pick up on indentation. But in fact, in Python, that is not the case. None should equal false. Oh, I forgot to add an else statement here. That's important. Else, false. If it is not divisible, then we return false. Whoa, first try. Cool. All right, so does anyone have any questions about that? Does anyone have any questions about how we got to that answer? Any questions about how I wrote the code? Because I didn't really explain it. So I'll explain it quite briefly so you guys can understand. We can just move on to the next one. So essentially what's happening here is we have our function, ABC math. Let's go back to the instructions. Add A to itself B times, and then check if the result is divisible by C. So we need to do this iteratively, so we make a for loop. So for I, for some number in a range B. So for the amount of numbers in B, so like if B is 6, in the range 0 to 6, add A to itself. And then once we're done with that, once this breaks, or once this condition is no longer true, or we're done with the operation, then we define x to A. That just makes things easier because, you know, I just want to, like, that's just for me, but you could just, you don't need this. And then you say if A or x modulo C equals 0, that means if x is divisible by C, if x modulo C has no remainder, which means that it's equal to 0, you return true. Else, false. Quite simple. For the person who just hopped onto the live, welcome. We're doing some coding problems. If you are new, make sure to subscribe. And if you are returning, thank you for being here. So we will submit our final. And there we go. Awesome. So we did that challenge. Let's go pick another challenge that we can do. We'll call that easy. Let's go to our next challenge. I don't usually like the challenges that they pick for us just because, I don't know, they're a little weird. And they're quite easy. I like picking them on my own. Return the first element in the list. We haven't done much list manipulation, so I'd love to do something like this really quick. This takes 5 seconds. So, create a function that takes a list and returns the first element. Alright. So the way a list works, right? If we have a list of numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Alright, so 0, 1, 23, 4, 56, okay? It's not even sorted. Here, I'll make it sorted. We'll call this 55. Alright, now it's sorted, alright? So we have this list of numbers, and you're thinking, like, how are we going to be able to print the first number in this? So the way a list works is, you can call on certain numbers by using something called an indice. And an indice is like, it's like a map. And this map shows you where different values are. So where different values exist. So the way we print an indice is we say number list bracket 0. And 0 is the indice, the first indice, it's calling on the first number within our list. For the new person hopping onto the live, welcome. Make sure to subscribe, and we're doing some coding challenges. I hope you enjoy and learn something. Make sure to say hi in the chat. So, as I was saying, so we need to call in the first. We need to call in the first indice with a number list. So we'll just do number list 0 and return that. If you guys want to see more challenging stuff, I'd be willing to go through on and do some more challenging stuff. But you know, this is quite easy. But if you guys have any questions, I'd love to answer them. So we submit our final, and we should get an A+. Yes, perfect. So we'll go to our next challenge. Let's see what we've got here. String to integer. Yeah, let's do this really quickly. I think this is important. So, I think we actually did this one. That's okay. So let's go to, do you guys want to try some medium problems? You haven't gone to the medium range yet. Let's do, we'll do one more easy problem, and then we'll start going to the medium range, because I want to see if those are a little challenging. Let's do flip the Boolean. Where is that? Flip the Boolean. Yeah, that sounds cool. What is this? Create a function that reverses a Boolean value and returns the string Boolean expected if another variable type is given. Okay, seems pretty easy. So there's this thing in Python called type, and it's a function that can tell us whether something is a Boolean, a string, an integer, whatever. So we can say if type arg equals a Boolean. I'm pretty sure that's how we do it. Let me just double check. Gotta go to Geeks for Geeks. It's one of my favorite websites for looking up stuff. I'm just looking really quickly here. Type. Yeah, okay, that's how we use it. Type Boolean, alright. We will return, and then we can say if arg equals true, return false, and vice versa. We can just say else, return true. And then another else statement for if it's not a Boolean, and then return Boolean expected. Do you guys have any questions on this? I'm pretty sure this will yield the right answer. I just want to make sure we can be positive that it's oh, let me just double check here. We're going to copy it in here. Class Boolean. And then we're going to put this in quotation marks. And we're going to put this in quotation marks. And now it should work. Oof. Boolean expected should equal true. Oh, I think I know what we can do. We can just use OR. Boolean expected should equal true. Alright. we can take away, I don't even think we need the type here. We can just say if arg equals true or arg equals false. Potentially this might work. Potentially. True should equal Boolean expected. That was the third test. The third test failed. Wait, why can't we just say else and then return Boolean expected? I don't understand. Why is that the case? Why is that the case, people in the chat? I'm asking you guys. Why is that the case that we can't just return? We can't just say else return Boolean expected. If you're not exactly sure, just let me know in the chat. So I'm just gonna troubleshoot here. I want to see if certain things work. So, I don't know why I'm having trouble with this. I think I have a solution. Chat, let me know if you have any proposed solutions. I'm just trying to troubleshoot and see what type of solutions I can have here. And as soon as we're done with this, we'll do something a little bit more challenging. And we'll do another statement. If arg equals false, return true, and then else Boolean expected. And this should work. True should equal Boolean expected? Flip the Boolean. Flip the Boolean. Flip the Boolean. Interesting. Why are we still having trouble with this? Alright. I don't exactly know why we're getting these errors. If I alright, this is the last thing I'm going to try, and if I can't solve this, then we'll just come back to this, no problem, and we can just move on to the next one. If true should equal Boolean expected. Alright, if arg equals none, we can say if arg equals none, return Boolean expected. Make better. Test pass or true. What test is this? True should equal Boolean expected. If arg equals none, or arg equals 0. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out. I'm going to try to figure this out, and you know this is boring, so I want to go to a different problem. I want to go to a different problem right now, and come back to this. All right, guys. All right, I want to go to a medium, and let's try to find something practical. Okay. Let's get it. All right. Drunk in Python. All right, so let's choose that one. I'm writing it down so I have it, so I can enter it. All right, drunk in Python. Python got drunk, and the built-in functions string and int are acting odd. String 4 yields 4. String okay. You need to create two functions that substitute string and int. A function called int to string that converts integers to strings, and a function called string to int that converts. Okay, this is quite easy. Let's get right into it. Let's get into it. So all we have to do is int to string equals just return string num. That's all we have to do, guys. And then string to int is return four should equal 4. Damn, what happened here? What happened here? Hold up, guys. The first one, int to string. We want to get that, but we still get that. Why is that the case? Why is that the case, guys? Why, if we define the function to tell us, like, to return string num, why are we still getting a number? That's my question. Oh, is it the opposite? Is it potentially the opposite one? Like we have to go like this? That may be the case. Do we just have to flip it? Yeah, that's all we had to do, guys. That's funny. This is a medium problem? This is a medium problem? Alright. Not exactly what I expected. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. All right, that was a medium problem. That was quite easy. Let's do something a little bit more fun. Come on, let's get into it. Come on. Let's see here. We have been live for 39 minutes, strong, doing problems. I'm gonna try to do these every single day. Cool. No, I don't want to do this problem. We just did something like that. All right. Factorial, we did, no? We've done factorial so many times. I don't know why it still's giving us this. Let's see here. Calculate the profit. This seems like an interesting problem. You work for a manufacturer and have been asked to calculate the total profit made on the sales of a product. You are given a dictionary containing the cost price per unit in dollars, sell price per unit in dollars, and the starting inventory. Return the total profit made rounded to the nearest dollar. Let's see what our inputs are. Info is our input. Cool. So got it. So we have to just subtract sell price. Oh, interesting. We have to multiply the sell price and the cost price by the inventory, and then we need to subtract the two. Okay, good enough. I want to see. So we can't call on it like that. Oh, okay. So this is how we're actually going to get our input. Like that is how we're going to get our input. Just like that. So I'm going to write the question down so I can put it in the description. So really that is how we are going to get our input, like cost price 32.67, sell price 45, inventory 1200. Okay, cool. So now we have to understand how are we going to extract data from here, and then what type of processes do we have to use to actually do this. So if you really think about it, this is like a list from what I see. It's actually more of a tuple, but that's okay. All right, so remember we have to multiply inventory by sell price and inventory by like old price or whatever. I don't remember what the variable was, and then subtract the two. Okay, so that's all we have to do here. Quite simple. It's just the how are we going to actually call on it. So if we think about it as like a list, it's not actually a list here, but let's think about it that way just to make things a little bit easier for us. So like if info is a list, we have, as I discussed previously, indices, and in one of our, this is not really an indice, this is more of a variable or a column, we have sell price, right? We have sell price, and if we want to call on it, we need to treat it like a string in this case. Treat it like a string, treat it like a string. Alright, here we go. We multiply that by info. This is kind of like what you'll see when you're working with arrays, and also like data tables and stuff. So, oops. Inventory. Cool. So then we have that parenthesis, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add another parenthesis here. And then we are going to subtract this. Let's copy that. And all we have to change, let's look back here, is cost price. That's what the variable is called. All right, cost price. There we go. Add another parenthesis. Actually, we might need to round this, so I'm going to define this as x, and then return round x. Does anyone have questions on how we got here? I'd love to answer them. We get it right? Yes, we did! We got it right! Any questions? Any comments? Any concerns? Anything you want to know about how we did this problem? How we attacked it? Let me know. All right. Okay. So, and make sure to let me know if if the quality is okay. I know the webcam is not great. The microphone, obviously, I know is pretty high quality, but I want to make sure that if the webcam is not good, I'll try to find a way that I can like stream from my phone or something. So let's continue to the next problem. Next problem. Submit final. Everyone who's on the live stream, thank you so much for being here right now. I really appreciate it. Thank you for finding me either on TikTok or on YouTube. We're doing coding challenges right now. We are on the grind. I've been doing this every day. I skipped yesterday because I had a really big project at school. But I've been doing this most days, trying to get to that 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, the grind is real. Let's continue with some of our medium problems. So, let's look here. What type of problem are we looking for? Quadratic equation. No. We are not in math class right now. Absolutely not. Nope. All right, let's look at some more here. Welcome everybody who's new to the live. Thank you for being here. Thank you for staying on. Stupid addition. This seems like a fun problem. All right. Create a function that takes two parameters, and if both parameters are strings, add them as if they were integers, or if the two parameters are integers, concatenate them. I'm writing down the problem. All right. Anyone in the chat who is a beginner or is wondering how to do this, do you have any idea or like a way we can attack this certain problem? How might we test if this, like how might we attack this problem? How are we going to test if something is a string or not? How might we understand if something is a string? So, since you guys are crickets in the chat, or maybe I'm not seeing it, let me reload the page. The way we check if something is a string is the following. So, let me open this. Boom. Alright. So, we'll say like, if type, we're going to use type, if type A equals string, colon. If type A equals a string, and, alright, we'll add, and type B also equals a string, because if we look back at the problem, let me make sure, if we look back at the problem, we will notice that it says if both parameters are strings. See a notification in the chat. No, we can't use an ASCII value at this point, Khin. No, that's not how we would attack this problem. So the way we would, but that's actually pretty smart, but a little inefficient. So like all you have to do in Python here is just like check the type. So if the type equals a string, and type B equals a string, then we can say, then what we have to do, add them as if they were integers or if the two parameters are integers. Oh, okay, so we have to change these into, we have to change them into integers. So like, so we'll say return int A plus int B. Cool. Next, if type, let me just copy this so we don't waste time. Copy, paste. All right. Here we go. Then what do? We must concatenate. So concatenation means we are adding two strings. Not adding the numbers, but joining them together. Joining the strings together. So we will go like this. We will return string A and add that to string B. Seems easy enough, right? Let's see if we have any errors. Whoa! First try, everybody! Let's go! So, if I'm screaming, let me know. So, let's review this. I feel like every time I get an error, I'm very depressed. And then every time I get something right, I'm like, whoa, let me explain to you guys how I did this insanely complex problem. Alright, so how I did this. It's telling me if if both parameters are strings, add them as like they were integers. So the whole premise of the problem is add strings and concatenate integers. So the way I did that was I checked the type of the variable by saying if type A equals string and type B equals string, return int A plus int B, which is adding the two strings. And if the type A and type B are integers, then we concatenate them, string A, string B. And that's it. Alright guys, medium isn't as hard as we thought, is it? I've been a little hesitant because I know some of you guys are beginners. But medium is not as hard as I anticipated. Minutes into seconds. No thank you. Medium. Alright, here we go. FizzBuzz. Interview question. Let's see if we can solve this. This must be an interview question at Google. It seems quite complex. Kidding. If the number is a multiple of 3, output should be fizz. If the number given is a multiple of 5, the output should be buzz. If the number given is a multiple of 3 and 5, the output should be FizzBuzz. If the number is not a multiple of either 3 or 5, the number should be output on its own as shown. Oops, dictionary. If the number is not a multiple of 3 or 5, it should be outputted as shown. The output should always be a string, even if the number even if it is not a multiple of 3 or 5. Okay, fine. I'm gonna take all of this, as we said before, take all of your conditions, copy them, go to the code, go like this. Alright, a little long, but okay. So the first thing that we have to address, you can't see good enough. Yes, I'll make my screen bigger. Absolutely. Let me zoom in here. Can you see now? Wow, I didn't think about that at all. Can you see now? Let me know in the chat. I want to make sure that you can see my screen. Also, welcome to the live. I haven't seen you before, so thank you for hopping on. So, and also make sure to subscribe to the channel. It would be much appreciated. So let's get right into the problem. Also, make sure to let me know if you're a beginner or kind of starting to learn Python, or if you're pretty good at it. Make sure to let me know what skill level you're at. So, here we go. FizzBuzz. If the number is a multiple of 3, the output should be fizz. Alright, so if num, modulo, our favorite operator, you're more into JavaScript. Yeah, I started learning JavaScript. It's not my favorite language, but, Python is my favorite, so that's why I'm doing stuff. Maybe in the next problem, for practice, since I'm in APCS right now, I'll do something in JavaScript, but truly, I don't like the syntax as much. Alright, so, if the number, if num modulo 3, which gives us a remainder, equals 0, which means there's no remainder, we return fizz. Alright? Next one. If number modulo 5 equals 0, then we return buzz. Alright? If the number, now we can just copy this. Boom. Boom. If number is modulo 3 equals 0 and non-modulo 5 equals 0, then fizzbuzz. How is this an interview question? I don't understand. How can this be an interview question? May the startup gods save whatever startup decided to make this an interview question. If num modulo 3 does not equal 0 and boom does not equal 0, the number should be returned. Okay, but we have to return it as a string. Cool. Let's see if this works. Thank you for letting me know that the screen was small. Thank you for noticing that. Alright, return. Oh, we missed. Oh my god. Looks like I had an aneurysm here. Sheesh. Completely misspelled return. Alright, there we go. Thank you for letting me know to change the screen size. I appreciate that. Return outside of the function. Where? Where? Alright, first of all, let's take this away. Expected. Oh my god, that's the reason. That is the reason, man. Alright, let me change that. I'm sorry. I forget. I always forget the indentation. Indentation, man. See, it's like the best of both worlds with Python and Java because, like, it's because, like, Python and Java, Python needs indentation, Java doesn't. Python has good syntax. In my opinion, Java does not. The third test failed. Why did the third test fail? And what did we return? Fizz should equal fizzbuzz. Oh, you know what we should do? We should rearrange the order. We should rearrange the order. That's the thing. Alright, here we go. We're going to go like this. Oh, come on. I did not just... Alright, here we go. I'm going to copy that. And we're going to go up. Hopefully this will work. So, like, we'll start out by saying if the number is divisible by 3 and 5, which is, like, the best case scenario. And then we'll say, like, elif. These are, like, sub-if statements. And now it should work. There we go. Guys, let me just go back here. Let me just go back here. I find this so funny. Fizzbuzz interview question? Interview question! We did this in 2 minutes, guys. Fizzbuzz. I'm looking this up. Interview question. Wow. Where was this interview question done? I'm actually curious now. Fizzbuzz interview question. Oh, come on. It's not going to show you the article. Okay, designed to help filter out 99.5% of programming job candidates who can't seem to program their way out of wet paperwork. Alright, so this is like a... Okay, so this is like a... To make sure that people who think they know how to code, like, don't go into coding interviews. Cool. If you're interviewing with FizzBuzz, you're doing something wrong. Alright. Okay, cool. Next question. Let's get into it! Submit the final. I like how it's zoomed in now. Cool. Do you guys have any questions for me in the chat? I'd love to answer them. I think I'm going to do one last problem here as I'm kind of we've been going for about an hour, and I kind of just want to finish it up here. So let's do one last challenging problem, and then we'll wrap it up. So let's go to challenges. Let me check the chat. Alright, so we'll go to challenges. Let's find a challenge that we like. For anyone in the chat, make sure to let me know if you have a preference, if you want to see me do like a super hard one, like expert. Maybe some other day, because now I don't think I have the most time. So let's do something like, oh, wash your hands. Interesting. Let's go to this one. It takes 21 seconds to wash your hands and help prevent the spread of COVID-19. Create a function that takes the number of times a person washes their hands per day and the number of months they will follow this routine, and calculates the duration in minutes and seconds that a person spends washing their hands. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. So what are the two inputs? Create a function that takes the number of times a person washes their hand, number of times. So we multiply that by 21, and then the number. Wow. Okay. Fine. Cool. So the first thing we really have to do is multiply n by 21. N equals n times 21. That's 21 seconds, by the way. 21 seconds. And that's going to give us the amount of seconds every day. That's going to give us the amount of seconds every day that a person is washing their hands. And then we need to multiply that by 365. Alright, so then nm equals n times 365, and we're still in seconds, so I'm pretty sure what we have to do after that is n times 365, and we have to convert it into minutes and seconds. Then we have to divide by 60. And return we have to return a string, so we'll say return string nm plus. I just want to format this correctly, and string. And then we have to figure out how we're going to get the seconds. So how would we be... I want you guys in the chat to help me with this one. How are we going to be able to get the... How are we going to be able to get the seconds value from what we have at this point? So remember, we need to print minutes and seconds. How in the world are we going to figure out how to print minutes and seconds? Because we know how to get minutes, but we're going to get some decimal point. So if anyone in the chat can help me out with this one, make sure to let me know. We are on the wash your hands problem. right now. We're trying to calculate given like number, like the amount of time someone washes their hands in a day and the number of months they will follow this routine. How long in minutes and seconds will they be washing their hands? So does anyone have any idea how we can figure out to print seconds? Throw out ideas. You don't have to be right. Just give me some ideas here. No one's gonna respond? Alright guys, so this is what we can do. Let's go back here. I'm thinking instead of defining our variables, we scrap this. Let's scrap it for now. And if we don't succeed, we can come back to it. Alright, let's scrap this for now. And we'll say we'll multiply 30 days a week, or 30 days a month, my bad, on average, and then we say NM, and we multiply that by 21, and we will do floor division by 60. So that's the minutes. So how did we get to that? Well, 21 seconds, 30 days, 30 days, floor division by 60 is going to give us minutes. Alright, the next thing that we have to do is look at seconds. How are we going to do that? Alright, so you know what my favorite operator is. I've been mentioning it all stream. All stream, baby. Here we go. Let's take this. This is going to be the same. No change here. Absolutely no change here. Except right here. You didn't expect that one. Modulo is back. We're going to use the modulo one last time. So, just to recap. Same number, but we're looking for a remainder. And the remainder is going to give us our seconds value. Okay? So, let's check this. Invalid syntax. What seems to be the issue? Why are we getting invalid syntax here? We said return string. We multiplied 30 by nm by 21. Oh, we also need to multiply this by our n value. And then we add, oh, I know what the issue is. We did not add here. We did not say in addition here. For everyone who's new on the live stream, we're finishing up basically our last program. Minutes and what's the issue here? We added a plus here, we added a plus here. Okay. What else are we missing, guys? Plus, string. We did our floor division. What are we missing here? Invalid syntax. Come on. Let's just keep it like this. Let's see here. What's going on? Why are we getting this error for the string? Let's try to solve it. Alright, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. this parenthesis with this parenthesis. Okay. Let's eliminate this for a second. Invalid syntax again. I wonder what is giving us this issue. Is it maybe because, you know what we can do? This is what we can do. We're going to take this, and assign it to a variable and call it minutes. We're going to say minutes equals this. We can eliminate that, and we're going to say seconds equals this thing, this monstrosity. Alright? Boom. Eliminate that. Let's make it look a little bit better. Add some spaces. Let's check. Okay, now we have a different issue. 58830 seconds should be equal to... Okay. Let's make sure this is floor division. We have to add... Oh, I know what we did, because... Alright. Minutes and... For some reason, we're getting 30. Oh, we don't need this 30 times. That should solve our issue here. Wait a minute. Maybe you do need the 30 times? Seconds. We multiplied by nm. Oh, last thing, guys. Last thing. We need to multiply by n again. I'm quite positive because months. We have to account for months and times a day. All right, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. That took quite a while, but I'm happy with the result. I know it was a little tedious today. We're doing some harder problems, so yeah, I'm gonna try to be a little bit more vocal and engaging. I'm trying my best. I had a long day of school, but I'm happy that you guys stayed here on with me. Whoever is not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to. I'm going to try to make an effort to pump out as much high quality content as possible and give you guys really cool videos. A video is coming out on Friday about my internship experience at 16. So make sure to subscribe and turn on bell notifications so you will be able to catch that video tomorrow. But besides that, peace. Thank you guys for sticking on the stream, and I'll probably see you guys tomorrow. Alright, bye-bye, guys. Bye.